The Google Pixel 6a in September of 2022. And as you can tell from the title of the video, it really to me is a phone without a home, just kind of a phone without a place, which is a shame for a lot of different reasons. We're going to focus on the September security patch for Android 13 and go over some of the things that I saw that were improved here. Really just the one big thing is the battery life, which we'll talk about in a moment. But then I wanted to take the rest of the time to talk about the 6a in general and where it fits in, and if it's still a good idea for you to pick one of these up here now, halfway through September in 2022 with the Pixel 7 right around the corner. You may notice the case on here. 2D has sent these out. We're going to have a bunch of different colors here. You got the pink looking salmon color, you got the navy blue, and then this nice green here. I like them. $14.99. Link will be in the description. They're not paying me or anything, by the way. I like the buttons on them. They're quite cool, nice and clicky, up and down. You can hear it there. And the power button, no issues. Good protection for under 20 bucks. That's always what I look for. When you're talking, sub $30, you want to get the most protection you can, and $14.99 is still quite good and easy on and off. So let's talk about the 6a. The one thing that most people were looking forward to with the security patch, which did take a minute again. They delayed it again. For some reason, the 6a doesn't get the patch the same day that all the other Google Pixel participants do. So we had to wait a little bit longer, but it did solve the issues that I was having with battery life. I didn't have an issue afterwards with the power drain or with just the regular usage drain on my 6a. Now let me know what your experience has been down in the comment section below, but I turned Wi-Fi off. I've had this on 5G all day long. I'm talking all day long off the charger, and I'm at 89%, and that's with using it as well. So not just letting it idle. I was going ahead and using this device as well. So I do think that they've at least calmed down the different battery issues that they were having with the 6 and the 6a with the most recent security update for September, which is good. I think Google should have come out with this device in May or April, really, when it comes down to it. And I think people would have gotten a lot of use out of this. And I don't know what the hesitation would have been there. And I think the hesitation had to have been the Pixel 6. And the fact that it was coming in at $599 already. And you wanted to give that, since it had so much hype, since it had so much build-up, they spent a lot of time promoting that, a lot of money promoting the Pixel 6 and the different design changes that they had there. Then they had the hiccups and the snafus on launch. So it really didn't find its stride until like January. If you had released something like this at $449 in March, people would say, well, hold on now. Why would I pay the extra $150? I'm getting 90% of what I'm getting with the Pixel 6. I'm getting 100% performance-wise, I think, anyway, that I was getting on the Pixel 6. Why wouldn't I just save the money and go ahead and grab a Pixel 6a? So I don't know if it was they were worried about it eating into the sales of the Pixel 6, or since the design was so similar. I don't know why, but releasing this device in July provides a lot, or lends itself towards a lot of different issues. Number one, the Pixel 7. It's already going to be next month, right? They announced the event October 6th or 7th. They're going to announce the Pixel 7. You'd figure relatively soon after that it would be released. $599, you presume, unless they raise the price. So it makes this at $449 a little weird. Now they've reduced the price of this. So now it's $399. But then you've got a lot of great deals on the Pixel 6 Pro that are coming in. I saw one deal on a Pixel 6 Pro that was $399. I've seen ridiculous prices and deals on the Pixel 6. So you don't know where does this fit in? At what point on any given day is the Pixel 6a a good idea to pick up at $399 when you've got deals hovering around for a Pixel 6 Pro and a Pixel 6 at roughly the same price? And it's a shame because what they offer at this price point, even at $449, despite all the nonsense, despite people saying, oh, it's 60 hertz. Oh, my eyes, my retinas, I can't stand the 60 hertz. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter. And that's why when we talk about the iPhone, I don't care about that at 60 hertz, at whatever, and that's way up there in price. This is a fantastic deal, even at $399. The problem with the 6a is that they offer other fantastic deals at around this price point that have a couple specs that are slightly better than this device here. But if you could find a carrier deal if you could find something that they put in here that gets this device, the 6A, in the 200s, or it's a monthly payment that you like, whatever it happens to be that gets you to buy this device, you're not going to be disappointed. Their performance after the patch is good. The battery's good. When you get sub $400, to explain how excellent it is to be able to zip through everything that you'd want to do on a daily basis, whether it be social media, gaming, web browsing, anything. This can eat through it with power to spare because of the tensor. And you don't find that at this range. Even the Snapdragon 695 that's in a lot of devices, including the N20, which I love, when you breeze through it, yeah, you could breeze through and it's nice and easy and nice and smooth. But when you load it up, you start to, you have multiple apps, higher intensity apps. You could start to recognize the slowdown and where the shortage is because it's a budget to mid-tier processor. This is a flagship level processor that you're getting in this device. And it feels like it. 60 hertz is slow, people say. Not on this thing, it's not. Not with that kind of power behind it. And there's a lot of devices, and I'm looking at that Samsung A53 5G again, that have 120 hertz display and feel a heck of a lot slower than this because the processor's no good. The display is only, and the refresh rate are only as good as the processor powering them. This is 60 hertz, but it feels darn snappy. I mean, you could just see it running through Twitter. What kind of smooth Twitter experience on Android do you usually get? This is a $399 device. There are $1,000 Android devices that don't give you the smoothness that this device does. And I understand that's a Twitter thing. Each device is optimized a little bit different. But still, the point remains, the performance is what you get here, what you just saw at $399. And you might see those deals creep in. I think I saw $349 a couple places. I'll include the cheapest price I see down in the link below, in the description below. But overall, it's a shame that this device came out when it did, had the specs that it did, and had the competition in-house that it did, because otherwise, this would easily, it still probably is going to be, for me, the budget phone of the year, but it would easily have been more highly regarded in the industry as a whole if it wasn't kind of mired in itself with the Pixel 6. And that 60 hertz nonsense, which, people talk about influencers and all the rest of it. The way that the conversation about this device was shaped before it even came out by the 60 hertz is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous when you're talking about this type of performance and quality and build quality as well. This is a nice device. You might say, 6.1 inches, that's a little small now. I think it's perfect. It's the same exact size as my iPhone 13 Pro. I love that in the pocket. I love the flat display. I love the relatively squared off design. The camera is excellent. It's the Pixel camera that you know and love. The fingerprint sensor is improved. The panel is good enough. Yeah, not 60 hertz, not the brightest thing in the world, but who cares? Think about what you get in this range. If it doesn't have Pixel in the name, line it up with the competition of what you get from other companies. Pretty thin air that this thing comes in at. Unless it's competing against itself with the Pixel 6. So while it's a phone without a home, it's still an excellent phone. And if you can justify it, if there's a big enough price difference between the 6 and this, and you could justify it, and you're not looking to spend $600 on a 7, maybe in a month's time, then if you could get a great carrier deal, go ahead and pick this up, because it's almost a forgotten phone. And it's really good for that. So it's a shame that it is, because this is an absolutely excellent experience. A great build quality, even though it's plastic. I love it. Fantastic display. Snappy performance. And that 6 gigs of RAM, all in this very attractive package for sub $400. That's a run, don't walk when you think about it at the end of the day. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.